at the end of the day, they are aware. Esau is aware that there's things that are unidentifiable, that they know that with all their technology, they know that they can't deal with these people. Zechariah 5 comes to mind. I just mentioned that. Another scripture that came to mind, beautiful scripture, which I'm not going to read, is 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. We went through that this past Saturday, where the Lord's going to come down and what Ezra saw as a mountain. It wasn't a mountain, it was a gigantic ship, along with the angels. And it says in that same chapter, which we all should know, is that they're going to be afraid, but yet there's fight, meaning the Yahushua and the angels are going to cause them, they're going to look to turn around, and they're not going to be able to turn around, because the spirit of Yahushua and the angels are going to make them come forward so they can be destroyed. They're going to take control of the instrument panel of those jets, the fighter jets. And that's going to happen simultaneously with the missiles being focused on Babylon the Great. So there's going to be hey, you can't compare this to any time in history, and this is in the midst of Jacob's trouble. It mentions Michael, the archangel, in Daniel, the 12th chapter, and it also mentions Michael, the archangel, and Daniel in Revelation, the 12th chapter. And these are the same two events, which is the time of Jacob's trouble. And we've gone through this. You know, we went through all of the, you know, we here at Great Millstone, we're known, especially myself, we are known for going into the prophecies. We hit a lot of prophetic scriptures. And what we come to find out, which we already knew, but we come to find out, you know, when everything's said and done, that all these prophecies is talking about one event. That's the Lord coming back to deliver the elect to Israel, causing the missiles, the ICBM missiles, to hit Babylon the Great and around the world, causing the earth to reel back and forth. And at the same time, the Lord will be beaming up the elect, and that's mentioned in the prophetic scriptures over and over and over and over again by the prophets. But the prophets see it in a different light, like John saw the Lord on a white horse. Ezra saw him on the mountain. The two angels in Acts, the 1st chapter, said that they were taken up in a cloud, which was a ship, and the two angels in white said, "Why look ye gazing up into heaven? The same way the Lord left, he's coming back the same way." And that's in Matthew 24. So all these prophetic events of the Lord coming back is the same story told a little bit different. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you with one scripture, which we all know or should know. Bear with me for a minute. Revelation 12. Okay, this is the headline is the angel Michael. So I'm going to read Revelation 12 verse 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, which is the political and economic and military, really the military part of the beast, the dragon. And the dragon fought and his angels, and those angels represent Esau and even Jake, that's going to fight against the angels. These dumbass, stupid ass, backward ass, coon ass Negroes are going to actually be in fighter planes and jets trying to fight the angels from delivering us. And the only ones that's going to be delivered are the ones that didn't accept that mark. Which is we know what it is. That's why they're making such a big deal on you getting the jab. But you're gonna have Jake's. It says in Isaiah 13, excuse me. Any that is joined unto them shall perish by the sword. I'm just merely paraphrasing. You know, when you go into the subject, all kind of precepts should pop into your head. Isaiah 66 verse 15, another one popped into my head. Psalm 68. You can start at the 13th verse and read down to the 18th verse. You know, when we left at a so-called Egypt into the wilderness, for 40 years, you had a gigantic ship the size of a mountain that in the night would cause light to shine on Israel, and in the daytime it would be a pillar of cloud and a fire by night, meaning the light. When John on the Isle of Patmos received the book which represents the scriptures, it was a gigantic UFO that landed. The pods landed partially on the ground and partially in the water. So it says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, which is Esau. Which, like I said, Jake is going to be fighting alongside Esau, and they're all going to get smoked. And that word smoke is actually used in 2nd Ezra's the 13th chapter. And Esau knows, see, if Esau doesn't know, he knows by listening to us. The elite, as I said many times before in the past, Esau knows Esau knows that the prophets are here. Esau has a history of the prophets going back to Moses, to Adam, to Abraham. You know, what Esau does is, like I said, they dig up everything. They're logical people. They're not a faith-based people. They'll read the book and they'll go and dig up, the information. And they showed you that in the movie Raiders of the Lost Ark. At the end of the movie, when they got the ark, they put the ark in a big warehouse with a bunch of other boxes of other things that they found, which showed that they knew that the ark, we know that that's a made-up story, but that's how Esau does. He reads the scriptures, then he goes and checks it out, gets his archaeologist and checks it out. Anyway, it says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and his angels fought and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And that's going to be the end of the movie, so to speak. That's going to be the final curtain call. That's going to be the end of this system and the beginning of our system. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.